up, everybody? If you checked out the video yesterday, you heard us talking about what it's going to take for all of these teams to make it to the Spring Major in London. They're running it back, Copper Box Arena, since Season 5, where we saw the greatest goal in Rocket League history with the Justin goal, only to have them lose. Pretty crazy stuff. The fact that it's been 6 seasons since that moment, and seasons now are like 3 times as long as what they used to be. Pretty crazy stuff. But with that all set in mind, this is the last event. This is Regional 3. This is the only other event in regional sense for the entirety of Season 11. After this, it's a major, and then after the major, it's the World Championships. This is the last chance that you have to impact your chances, right? Like, it's this or nothing. It's pretty crazy. So there's a lot of things that come into play, and we decided that we're going to try to determine who we think is going into the Spring Split Major. We're going to end up doing a prediction bracket here. I've got 2 things on the screen. Number 1, the spreadsheet by Adam Core. Link to his hub will be in the description down below. I've also got the rankings. There's some pretty crazy stuff. If you guys don't remember the predictions, there's a lot of crazy things that have to happen. Stuff like energy needing a guaranteed top 3. Like, there's a lot of things that are required for teams to make it through. So what are we going to do? First and foremost, we're going to say thank you to Swift Guppy for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to Snack Back. Enjoy the badge and the emotes. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to go through predictions day by day. Day 1 will be upper quarters all the way to lower round 2. Then we'll go day 2, then day 3. And then from there, we're going to take a peek and see who I am having making it to the live event in London. So with that said, we're going to start off from top to bottom. We're going to run these through. There's some pretty easy predictions to remember, like V1 needs to get to upper semifinals to guarantee. FaZe, Space Station, Envy, all in pretty close contention. You've also got G2 trying to not only just guarantee themselves, they've already guaranteed that they're going to the Spring Major, but a chance to guarantee the number 1 overall seed, because NA did better in the last event. They also get the overall number 1, while 2 gets to Europe. So G2, if they make top 6, I'm pretty sure has a guarantee to make the number 1 overall. So things starting off, they've got G2 versus randoms, and I think G2 right now, arguably, they look like the best team in North America. They don't seem like there's any signs of slowing down. Back-to-back regional wins. Like, I don't foresee them losing anytime soon. I'm going 3-1. I do think randoms is a pretty solid team. They're a little bit more chaotic. G2 has also shown that they start a little bit slow, but I think G2 is also well aware that, like, hey, we have a lot to play for still. We need to win these out. And I don't think the situation that happened with Pittsburgh Knights last week is going to happen again. So clearly best team in North America right now. I think it's undisputed. And you're going to see them 3-1 and randoms move forward. Ghost Gaming versus Rogue. Now this one interests me. We saw Ghost Gaming come in Regional 1 look really, really good. Rogue on the other side had some upsets. They ended up beating NRG. They swept them to make top 8. Rogue has been looking solid lately. I think playstyle-wise, it is actually in Rogue's favor. Ghost seems to struggle against teams that apply pressure. I think it can go both ways. I think Ghost as a fundamental team is better. I do truly believe that, but I think Rogue's playstyle will beat them out. That one to me is a coin toss. With my luck, Ghost is going to 3-0, but I do think Rogue can actually upset here. They're going to get smacked by G2, but I do think there is a chance for them to do that. Also, if you guys do not remember with the tiebreaker scenario, it was really important. It was between Oxygen and Rogue. Oxygen did look better. Tordad in chat, nice to see you, sir, saying how bad they looked. I agree. But again, pressure and everything else has never really done too well for, in particular, Gyro. And I think having that extra life in the double elimination is going to do quite well for them. I also think Oxygen plays a very chaotic playstyle that Rogue does not do well against. Oxygen gives a lot of bubble teams really, really difficult times with their playstyle. In particular, LJ. LJ is absolutely nuts. He scores every single goal. That is the way to beat Oxygen. Shut down LJ. With that said, I think Rogue against a more standard playstyle should be able to find their form. And we'll see how it goes. Probably be wrong. FaZe versus PK. I don't think PK's got a chance. I think even with the ice in the veins of well ice, FaZe is just better in every capacity. Nothing against Pittsburgh Knights. Glad to see them make it back to back. That is a huge accomplishment for them, but it is FaZe. I think FaZe is going to not even think twice about this team. But I hope PK. This is more of a hopeful that PK takes a game. Up next, Energy and Accru. Good to see Accru making it back. Team that has shown potential but has always struggled. They did make it decently far in Regional 1 until they lost to V1. Energy, on the other hand, a lot of importance. Energy, I think, needs to have a pretty big impact. And for people that don't realize their playoff scenario, again, check out the video we put out yesterday. I have a link to it in the description down below. But they basically need to end here at a minimum, and they need help. So I do think against Accru, Energy should be fine. Slow start. Accru's gonna put up a good fight. It's gonna be a little spooky, but Energy's gonna win it. I think Energy's been playing some pretty solid gameplay lately, as expected. It takes some time to adjust. Another 2 weeks under their belt. They're gonna keep it moving. Space Station, Shopify. I don't think Space Station is gonna have any issues with. Shopify, although looking a little bit better lately. Space Station is a team that I think just demolishes them. As for Complexity and Sonics, I want to go back and check last week. Lost in top 8. Complexity made it, and their losses came. They beat FaZe and Sonics. And it went to 5, huh? I would assume Complexity wins this. But Sonics has been looking better lately. I'm going to still give it to Complexity. Rematch, a little bit better in Complexity's favor. No, we're going to have it go to 5 again. That'll be another close nail biter. I'm excited about that one. V1 Stromboli. V1 should close this out, but they're notorious for giving up a game when they shouldn't. And then Envy Oxygen. Oxygen's playstyle actually wants me to believe they can win this. I'm gonna go Oxygen in 5. I'm gonna go Oxygen in 5. I do think Envy is a good team. I think they are building upon stuff, but I don't see enough for me to be like they're a very strong contender. I know and have seen firsthand that LJ factor and what him and Toasty put together on offense. Gimmick's just kind of a roamer, and I expect his disruption to kind of be the difference maker. If they get some demos against Envy, I think Oxygen takes that. LJ, it's going to be up to LJ though. It always is. LJ scores like 100% of their goals, it feels like. I looked at that bracket last week, and there is some interesting situations in regards to how they made it there. Their toughest competition was Complexity, and then from there they get smacked. A game off of G2, no games off of V1. Their competition, no offense to him, Ghost, Xhit, and Complexity. Complexity is their toughest. I still don't know how Xhit beat Space Station. Just crazy to think about. Xhit beat Space Station last week, and then isn't here this week. North America, you okay? Next up, G2 Rogue. I think G2 3-0s. I mean, Energy wins in 5 because they don't lose to FaZe. This is the time that they will. Space Station, Complexity. I think Space Station takes it this time. V1 should beat Oxygen 3-1. They'll probably make it close. Actually, I'm going to have it go to 5. Oxygen does pretty well against V1. I think V1 is obviously adjusted their playstyle to make sure they don't lose to teams below them, but Oxygen is kind of a pain in the butt to play against. There's gonna be a lot of demos in this series if they want to beat them. Actually, pressure on the line. It's the first time that FaZe is like, you know what, we're doing it. I'm changing it up. FaZe is gonna do it. They're finally gonna beat Energy. Changed my mind. Energy never loses to FaZe. This time they do. Y'all get super mad at me and my predictions, like these are too predictable, and then they end up being right for sometimes, other than the chaos that happened last time. This time FaZe does the upset. We got to throw at least one upset in there, you know? People think I take these way too seriously. They're predictions. It's not the end of the world. Plus it makes the lower bracket more fun. All right, randoms versus Ghost. I mean, I got to go with Ghost, right? I'll deal with that one later. I think MV beats Stromboli. That's the former Charlotte Phoenix team. Shopify versus Sonics. I actually really like Sonics in that matchup. Shopify will put up a fight though. No, 3-1. Accru PK. You know, let's go with the PK trend. They've been playing better lately. Ghost randoms. I want to go Ghost, but I don't know. Who'd they lose to last time? Space. Man, they got a tough draw. I gotta go with Ghost. I think Ghost is better. Oxygen Ghost. Ooh, that's a fun one. I think Complexity does win. Energy should beat Sonics. It's gonna be a close one though. Rogue Envy. I mean, we gotta go with Envy. Rogue's such a weird team to predict. Every time it looks like they're close and they're going to do something, they just go boop. I kind of want to pick Oxygen. Nah, we got to believe in Hoxer. We'll believe in Hoxer. I really like the Oxygen team, but we're going to believe in Hoxer. Hoxer's done a lot for that roster. That one I think will come down on the wire. That one will be really interesting to watch. This is day 2. G2 FaZe, Space Station V1, Ghost, Complexity, Energy, Envy. Complexity is C-Ball Go Hard. Very over aggressive. Ghost. I think Ghost could actually win that one. We'll say it goes to 5. Energy should win that one pretty handedly, I think. I think Energy's got a really good playstyle for Envy. Again, this just seems like too much consistency. And like, yeah, it's NA and it seems to be top heavy, but like, this one will definitely go to 7. This has been one of my favorite matchups to watch. In 5, I like V1, but in 7, I actually want to give it to Space Station. Oh no, that would be for Energy's. That's for Energy's regional. That's for Energy to make it. That's actually crazy. Complexity or Ghost, huh? We'll go with Complexity. G2 FaZe. That is always a really good series as well. I think G2 though. I think G2 might three-peat. I think they might be the first in major region to win 3 in a row. They just don't look like they can stop. They really don't. FaZe Complexity. I think FaZe just does what Complexity does, but better. V1 NRG. V1 has had Energy's number lately, if I'm being 100. Energy with motivation, though. For the storyline, we're going to do this. V1 doesn't care. They've made it, right? Energy's like, we have to do it, right? And then Energy beats here. I would give them like 2 games. Can you imagine, though, storyline-wise? The FaZe is like, yo, we got this. We finally beat Energy. It comes back, and then they close it out. Oh, that'd be wild. That'd be actually sick. I do think V1 struggles against Space Station. It was good to see the team prove that they could do it last week, but there were some things that I'm like, V1, how'd you get away with that? Space Station is beatable, but when they're playing their offense, like, I can only expect V1 to make as many saves as they did last week so many times, dude. Space Station's offense is scary. It's very scary. I right now don't see Space Station beating G2, and I think Space Station right now beats Energy. In probably 7. By all means, V1's defense is really good, but there was a lot of times I thought Space Station should have scored on V1. Energy greater than Space Station if Energy greater than V1. Not true. Understand how close this series was, guys. 1 goal game, 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 2 OTs. It was so close between V1 and Space Station. Energy beats Space Station all the time. Yeah, Energy is also working on a new play style and has finally been together for an extended period of time too. Chat, I think when we get into these later series, it can be a coin toss. It's okay. We'll see what happens. Just know, like, as soon as we get past this day, or as soon as we get past this round, nothing really matters. Because, like, who's playing well on the day? How are things looking? Like, none of us know. None of us know. All right, grand finals. Do we bust out the heads or tails, chat? Do we bust out the dice? If it's up to me, understand this would be the first time someone dropping from the upper final and winning. I'm pretty sure. In North America in a very long time. If he drops down, loses, right? Drops down, wins. Drops down, loses. So 1 out of 6. Make it 2 out of 6? Is this the time? Why not? Why not? All right, G2 Space Station. I would like to see Space Station be in good form, right? I would like to see Space Station be in good form going into the major. Because I do think Space Station is arguably one of the more dangerous teams in North America. I think they are quite good. There's things that I've seen firsthand with them on offense that I'm like, I don't want to play that. First series, if they're able to beat through Energy, they're going to be pretty tired, man. That's going to be a long day for Space Station. I think Space Station puts up a good fight, but G2 closes it in the first series, personally. Maybe Space Station starts with like a win or 2, and then G2's like, all right, it's time. It's time. G2's a pretty boring team. We're watching different series, my guy. They do some really exciting stuff. Let's see what heads or tails would pick. That'd be Space Station. Space Station. Space Station. Yeah, Space Station just sweep. Okay. What is happening? Finally. That'd be 2-2. 3-2. 4. There's no way. If it goes by the coin, this is what it would end with. If it's the coin, that's what it says. There's no way. If that happens, insanity. But this is what I have. I'm gonna put that like underneath 04 or 4-0 SSG and then 4-2 SSG. I'm gonna put that down there and I'm gonna reference back to that. You can't see it even, but I'm gonna reference back to that at some point. I'm gonna merge these actually so you can. That's the coin prediction. We'll see what happens. I'll come back to this on Monday and be like, what happened? But if that happens, RLCS points, your teams for the major, NRG still wouldn't make it. No way. It would be G2 Space Station V1 FaZe Envy by 10 points. Wow. That would be crazy. By 10 points. Imagine all of this just to have Envy make it far enough. Yeah, they need Envy to lose really bad. They need Envy to lose down here. Or they make top 2. Man, after all that, if it happens, even with them coming back and beating FaZe and all that kind of stuff, oh my gosh, if that happens. So, if things go the way that I have predicted, which we all know is going to be completely wrong, G2 first seed, Space Station second seed, V1 third seed, FaZe fourth, and V5 by 10 points. And for the first time in Rocket League history, GarrettG does not make LAN. First time ever does not make RLCS LAN. That would be insanity. Also, if G2 ends up winning 3 regionals, first time we've seen that done in a major region. Some pretty wild stuff there. But as we know, NA has shown to be more like EU with some craziness back and forth and stuff. But I'm curious on what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. Who do you guys have as the 5 going to the major in London? Let me know. But again, these are all for fun. There's no seriousness behind these. You know, a little bit of insight here and there. But overall, it's just meant to be a good time. But if those are the results, that would be quite the interesting regional indeed. Either way, that is going to do it for me. If you guys enjoy the content, as always, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.